The SEC is going after Binance's BNB token. This is a big update and shows Gary Gensler is still on the attack. You need to know the details here. Also, we have huge updates where the St. Louis Federal Reserve has put out an article showing the Bitcoin being used as denomination for currency. This is pretty amazing, and I want to share the details with you. And then tomorrow is going to be a huge day, guys. We have Senator Lummis and Gillibrand's crypto bill that will be released, and also the SEC Ripple hearing regarding Bill Hinman's emails and speech. Let's break it down. Welcome back to the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. If you're new here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as a thumbs up button, and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast site, please give me a 5-star rating. Quick word from our sponsor, and that is Link2, which makes private equity investment easy. Link2 is democratizing private equity investment. Previously, you had to be part of a hedge fund or an investment firm to get access to investing into crypto companies and tech companies. Well, Link2 is bringing that opportunity to you if you are an accredited investor. They have a lot of tech companies and a lot of them crypto companies like Ripple, Uphold, BitPay, Abra, and much more. And they continue to add new companies. So this is a great platform that will allow you to gain access to equity in companies, and you can double dip just like the hedge funds and the big investment firms. You can hold the tokens as well as invest in the companies building the infrastructure. So be sure to check out Link2, link in the description. Let's look at the market here. Bitcoin looking strong today, but then it's had a big pullback, as you can see here, and we're seeing some red. This is why I said previously that these rallies have to prove themselves, and Bitcoin is still trying to find the bottom. It's still chopping within this range, and we're going to have to wait and see what happens. It could go lower before it starts going higher, or it could find its bottom and start moving higher. But, like I said in last week's video, we have a few weeks of pain still left, I think. And it may, maybe into July, and then August is when we start seeing things moving upwards. But we're just going to have to be patient. This is still a great accumulation zone. Whether it drops to 25K or 24K, you're still buying in this low, in this dip, in this short-term bear market, right? So it's still a good accumulation phase. And make sure you have a good strategy. And obviously, this is not financial advice. You should do your own research. Now, tomorrow, guys, you have to keep your eyes and ears open. It's going to be a big day for the crypto market. First, we have Senator Lummis, who I've interviewed on the channel, and Senator Gillibrand. They will release the full draft of their crypto regulation bill, and I'm excited to see what's in here. I hope they get it right and it's balanced and it covers the entire market, not just Bitcoin. So I'm optimistic about that. And then we have the SEC Ripple hearing to discuss Bill Hinman's emails and his speech and so forth. And there is a conference line that you can dial in to get and listen into that. So I'll try my best to listen into that. Hopefully my day is not too busy at work, but big day for the market, guys. And, all eyes on this. And then obviously consensus, there is the conference happening later this week in Texas. So we'll see what comes out from there if there's any bullish news as well. Now, Senator Lummis tweeted out the following today, kind of ahead of the bill coming out. As a former state treasurer, I am excited by the possibilities of incorporating digital assets into the American financial system. The legislation that Senator Gillibrand and I are proposing will do just that. So that's awesome, guys. Let's hope they get it right. Now, Anthony Pompliano shared the following news today. The St. Louis Fed is using Bitcoin as their unit of account when pricing certain goods. This is amazing. This is on the St. Louis Fed's website. They even tweeted about it. They said the Fred blog, that's interesting, compares egg prices in US dollars versus Bitcoins. Check out the post to see which prices are more stable. It's amazing, guys, that this is happening. The fact that they're having this dialogue, this discourse over it, and they're putting out this data is so interesting. Now, I'm not going to read through all of this. This is, just whatever jargon they have, but it shows how far we've come, and they can't ignore Bitcoin or crypto anymore. And Bitcoin, I believe, as digital gold will be another store of value option for investors, just like traditional gold and so forth. So this, in a way, is an indirect endorsement of Bitcoin and crypto. Now, here's the big news of the day, broke by Bloomberg. U.S. probes Binance over token that is now the world's fifth largest. SEC investigating whether BNB was a security when sold in 2017. Agency has brought numerous cases over initial coin offerings. Wow, guys, this is big. Binance is the world's largest crypto exchange. And of course, they have a very popular and high ranking token that's part of the exchange. And, we saw Gensler talk about he's going to go after exchanges. We saw he went after lending platforms. He blocked Coinbase lending. He fined BlockFi $100 million. And then they started handing out cease and desist to other lenders like Nexo and Celsius and so forth. So he's not stopping. And this is why we need crypto regulations. When people who are XRP holders were talking about this, a lot of folks were ignoring XRP holders or were laughing at them. Now, Gensler's going after everything down the list. I've said it so many times. He's going to keep going down the list. And this is why we need Ripple to win. It will disarm Gary Gensler. It will put a chink in his armor, and it'll give the rest of these crypto tokens and projects the ability to fight back. Now, if the Ripple loses and the SEC wins, it's going to be bad, guys. But my hope is that Ripple wins. I do believe they will. And I do believe Congress will step in with some crypto regulations, but we'll see what happens. So let me give you the details here. U.S. regulators are investigating whether Binance Holdings Ltd. broke securities rules by selling digital tokens, just as the crypto exchange was getting off the ground 5 years ago. It's pretty amazing that they're 5 years later, they're coming to do this. The SEC reviews the SEC review pries into the firm's origins and those of its BNB token, which is now the world's fifth biggest. Investigators are examining if the 2017 initial coin offering amounted to the sale of a security that should have been registered with the agency, said the people who were granted anonymity to discuss the confidential probe. This is interesting. Scrutiny of BNB's beginnings may be a troubling development for Binance as it faces multiple investigations in Washington. The SEC has brought dozens of enforcement actions over ICOs, which involve in issuing virtual coins to raise money. BNB has been a feature of Binance's expansive crypto empire. Now, CoinDesk covered this, and they actually got a quote from some folks at Binance via email. And here's the quote: "As the industry has grown at a rapid pace, we have been working very diligently to educate and assist law enforcement and regulators in the U.S. and internationally, while also adhering to new guidelines, while we continue to meet all requirements set by regulators." So BNB is down. Now, some of that is because of this news, but also because Bitcoin's down. So we'll see what happens. One thing I remember is they did not ICO in the United States. While the token is for sale now in the United States, they did not ICO in the US, to my recollection. Now, J.W. Verrett, who I've interviewed, and he's a guy who spoke to Jay Clayton about the Ripple lawsuit even before Jay Clayton filed this. He tweeted out, "BNB is clearly not a security. Sales of BNB are not a sale or offer of a security. That analysis is a no-brainer." So interesting times ahead. And, the idea here is that if Gensler goes after these big fish, right, the whales of the crypto market, these folks have money. CZ has money to fight this. And they are also working with regulators and lobbying different folks, other regulators outside the SEC, of course. So they could put pressure on Congress to pass some clear regulations, because clearly, Gensler is not stopping. He's just going to keep going. So we got to keep fighting here. This really sucks. And hopefully, he doesn't go after a bunch of other companies, but we'll see what happens. Hell, he blocked Coinbase lending, right? And Coinbase has a lot of influence. It's pretty big. It's a public company backed by big players like Andreessen Horowitz. So we'll see what happens. Now, look at this. Octagon Networks becomes the first cybersecurity company to convert their entire balance sheet to Bitcoin. More companies keep adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet, guys, as an inflation hedge. So this is interesting. Now, this is not some massive company or anything like that. It's not like Tesla adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet, but this is pretty bullish, in my opinion. The company will also begin accepting Bitcoin as payment for all services, offering a 50% discount to customers using Bitcoin. Octagon said MicroStrategy inspired the particular business model it is adopting for its Bitcoin strategy. So Michael Saylor has been doing, of course, Bitcoin for corporations, teaching them about how to get these things done. And it seems to be paying off. Obviously, he convinced Elon to do this. So very bullish news, guys. People will continue to buy and offer, and enable Bitcoin for payments. And it starts with Bitcoin, then they'll add other altcoins as well. Finally, Intel, their new Bitcoin miner will go into mass production early 2023. Guys, I don't care what FUD people are spreading. There's governments that are allowing Bitcoin mining. Bitcoin mining is being allowed in the United States. Yes, there's the New York situation, but New York is unique. New York has a bit license, which no other state has. So it's kind of ridiculous at this point, but Bitcoin mining is booming in the United States. The United States leads in the hash rate, and that used to be China, but now U.S. controls it. Remember what I was talking about this for years, guys? Well, it's coming to fruition, and Intel is going to be building Bitcoin miners, more efficient, better technology, of course. So this Bitcoin isn't going anywhere. And when I say that, it's not going away, I should say. It's here to stay. It's going to get adoption and continue to grow. And more big companies are going to be investing in it. Just this past week, we talked about a $500 million Bitcoin mining farm going to be built in North Dakota. So you think these folks are going to be investing big money? Intel is going to be building Bitcoin miners if they're going to ban Bitcoin mining. I know there's a lot of FUD for people who hate Bitcoin, and I don't understand that. They're not looking at reality. But I'm here to share the facts with you, not my emotions or feelings or my bias, but what is happening? What is the institutional money doing? What are the governments doing? Where's the capital flowing? And a lot of it is going into Bitcoin infrastructure and building Bitcoin mining facilities, guys. Anyway, that's the news. Let me know what you all think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. What do you guys think about the SEC going after BNB token? There's a lot of implications if they consider, BNB token as security. Will they get delisted by other exchanges? There's interesting times ahead. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you all later.